Greetings everybody, welcome to the channel and thank you for being here. I appreciate your view. If you're working on discipline, hit the like button. If you're working on being intentional, hit the subscribe button. Drop in the comments what skill you are working on, okay? Keep it simple. This concept is what we're going to be talking about and is vastly overlooked. There's a quote that says, beginners want to do the advanced things, but the advanced people want to do the basic things very well, okay? Bruce Lee alluded to this when he was talking about, I do not fear the man who has practiced 1,000 different kicks, but I fear the man who has practiced one kick 1,000 times, all right? This is something I like to do, dog training, all right? My dog has practiced down, sit, and heel over and over and over and over and over and over to the point where I know he could do it very well. And once you do those things over and over and over, and you put them together, once you do something so simple, it makes it look advanced, but it's a very simple thing just done over and over very well. Even taking this concept to mechanics, right? I was changing my wife's starter. I know righty-tighty, lefty-loosey, torque, weight distribution, so I don't strip anything. You just got to be very careful and go slow. Shooting weapons, slow is fast. The slower and smoother you do it, the faster you'll get gun jams to reload it and cock it. You're less likely to hurt somebody or hurt yourself when you do it slow and keep it simple, all right? On the right, you got the one-arm pull-up. On the left, you got the regular pull-up. In the middle, you have the scapula pull-up. These are all just different parts of the same movement, but you got to keep it simple in order to get to the advanced things. It's just a very simple thing done over and over and over and over and over until you bring it to a point of mastery. Now, I am working on the skill of the planch, right? So I have to do the planch lean if I want to get the planch. My scapula is important. The position of the scapula is important. So notice how I fully retracted back right here. It's fully retracted in the retracted position. And it's a very basic movement to get your scapula used to holding that type of torque by pushing away. Now that it's retracted, I'm going to push my scapula forward. Boom, pushed it forward. And it's locked into that position. After this, what is the next basic step after that? After that, scapula depression. I'm pulling my shoulders all the way down as far as I can and locking them in place right there, guys, because to do this move with your legs to be able to stay in the air after that, you need to be leaning over the fulcrum point, the point of balance. Like on a seesaw, you know how it's balanced? You need to have your body leaning over so that your legs can be in the air without dragging you down. It's just distributing your weight. It's very simple. You see what I'm getting at? It's very simple in theory, but when you do it very well and over and over and over again, you can get to a more complex action. Now, this is not a video on how to do the planche lean. It's just a video on how to keep it simple and why you should. Because in both videos, I'm doing the same thing. In the video in the middle, all I'm doing is taking my legs off the ground, which now makes it extremely difficult to perform the same exact movement I was doing before. It's like boxing. They're telling you throw a jab, they're telling you throw a jab, they're telling you throw a jab, and now you have to duck. Telling you throw your jab, telling you throw your dab, and now you have to duck. Or now you have to hold a noodle in between your armpit, right? Simple things. It's okay to be comfortable. All right, a lot of us, most of us grow up without learning an actual skill. We don't learn multiple languages. We don't play violin or piano. We don't take swimming lessons. We don't take firearms training. We don't do gymnastics. All these things actually require you to be comfortable in one level before you go to the next. You should know all of the keys and memorize the keys before you get to playing songs or ballads, right? You should remember notes. You should know your strokes in art. You should know your utensils in gymnastics. You should be comfortable with positions before moving on to another movement, because that's how people get hurt, right? That's how you get hurt. It's okay to be comfortable. Just be consistent. To stress the points that I've made, You have to know the simple components. You're putting together basic things to create one beautiful advanced skill. And you should be comfortable before moving on to other stuff. You should be comfortable pointing down range. You should be comfortable pulling the trigger, reloading the mag, holstering your weapon while still looking at the target. All these things are things that my good friend and firearms instructor taught me. And until I started doing it this formal way, being trained in the skill precisely with the different aspects of what it means to shoot a firearm with skill, I realized, like, yo, you could really hurt somebody, hurt yourself, or just straight up be outgunned by somebody else. So this portion of the video was just another point to stress how much you should be comfortable with skill and why you should train the individual portions of a movement or a skill before moving on to something more advanced. You got to do the basics very well. That's what the advanced people want to do. So remember, in the beginning, I talked about the quote from Bruce Lee. I do not fear the man who knows 10,000 kicks, but I fear the man who practiced one kick 10,000 times. If you want to be formidable in your skill, practice the individual aspects of the skill over and over and over and over again till you're comfortable before moving on. And then practice them some more. And then practice them some more. And once you get to the point where you have to put all those skills together, you'll be good. But just make sure you're comfortable. There's nothing wrong with that. All right. A lot of people are trying to make it seem like if you're not moving on to the advanced aspects of something, that you're not doing anything. You ain't getting nowhere. No, that's all BS. Push-ups, pull-ups, sit-ups, running. Push-ups, pull-ups, sit-up, running, stretching. Push-ups, pull-up, sit-up, running, stretching, meditating. You just keep adding these individual aspects until you get where you want to be. All right, guys. Lastly, you want to ask yourself a few questions, okay? What is my current level of capability? What can I do? You only can answer that question because you know where you're at physically. You know what you're capable of and what you're not capable of. Second thing that's going to come up is, am I comfortable and proficient in the basics, right? Am I getting full protraction, retraction? Do I know all the keys on the piano board? Can I load and unload my gun without having to look down at the weapon, right? Am I familiar with the space that I'm in and the level of skill that I'm practicing? And one of the most important questions is, how do I know I'm ready for the next level? I want to take it to the next level, coach. How do you know you're ready for the next level? That's a video topic for a whole nother time. All right. This is called approaching and overcoming thresholds. All right. You could look that up. I learned that on my own in many different aspects of my life the hard way. But when I finally learned from an actual teacher, shout out Jonathan Katz, when I finally learned from an actual teacher what it means to approach a threshold, how to approach a threshold, and how to overcome a threshold, oh my gosh. Changed so many aspects of my life, guys. And I went back to old skills and revisited them with this same mentality. And it's going to help you in life. It can help you moving out into nature. It can help you learning how to swim. It can help you getting into a relationship. It can help you getting over maybe not trauma, but thresholds that you're just scared of, okay? So keep that in mind. Guys, if you made it this far and you are working on discipline, hit the like button. Drop in the comments what you're working on. If you're trying to be intentional in everything you do, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. We got more videos for you, and I appreciate your view. Take it easy, stay disciplined, stay intentional, and remember, keep it simple.